The opening week of the 2016 season at Arapahoe Park coincided with the second jewel of horse racing's Triple Crown, the Preakness Stakes from Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore. 2 weeks after Nyquist won the Kentucky Derby, he tried to continue his Triple Crown run in the Preakness against Kentucky Derby runner-up Exaggerator, as well as a new crop of fresh horses trying to take him on. Fans at Arapahoe Park followed the action on televisions around the track, and let's show you what the atmosphere was like at Arapahoe Park in Colorado following the Preakness Stakes from Maryland.
All set, and they're off at the 141st running of the Preakness Stakes. A nice break there for Nyquist, awesome speed, and Uncle Lino to run with Nyquist early. So Nyquist has inside and outside company with the opening furlong. Down to the inside is Uncle Lino. Awesome speed on the outside is pressing two, and Collected will settle right off the pace in fourth, just 4 lengths in the front into the first turn run, followed by Lauben and Stradivari as they round that turn. And down to the inside we have a biting star. Exaggerator is now about 11 lengths from the Duelers up ahead, and Fellowship follows that, and it's a big distance back to Cherry Wine, and Lonnie is last of them all, got to be 25 lengths off a 22-1 opening quarter. Wicked pace indeed. And on the outside, Nyquist going to go on with it. Nyquist takes over from Uncle Lino by a half length. Nyquist now trying to edge away just a bit, but Uncle Lino a determined foe and is coming back for more. And Awesome Speed is racing third, Stradivari is fourth. Down to the inside, Exaggerator's on the prowl, and here comes Exaggerator now up the inside, just a length and a half or two off the lead. Collected as an outside journey. They're followed by Lauben and a biting star in Fellowship, and next is Cherry Wine. Last still is Lonnie, 46 and 2.5 mile, 6 in 1, 11 and 4/5 of a second, 3 furlongs left to go, and Uncle Lino's grabbed that lead. Nyquist still battling on the outside. Oh, it's been a brutal battle. A quarter to go at Pimlico. Exaggerator switches to the outside and is coming after Nyquist, who turns for home with the lead, but Exaggerator sweeps up on the outside, and so Exaggerator looking to turn the tables on Nyquist, who's down to the rail in the final furlong of the Preakness. Stradivari's moved to the third. Nyquist laboring. There is Exaggerator, and Kent Desormer at the 16th pole from Nyquist. Exaggerator in the Preakness turns the tables on Nyquist, who's trying to hang on to second. Maybe Cherry Wine there.
Before the Preakness, Nyquist and Exaggerator had squared off 4 times, with Nyquist winning all 4 meetings, most recently in the Kentucky Derby. But in their 5th meeting, Exaggerator was able to turn the tables, and the Preakness really set up for Exaggerator. It was muddy conditions at Pimlico in Baltimore after all the rain that had fallen in the last few weeks in the area, and Exaggerator had run his best races to this point in sloppy conditions. He won $2 million races, last year's Delta Downs Jack Plot in Louisiana, and this year's Santa Anita Derby in California, in an off track, and in an off track at Pimlico. Exaggerator was able to slosh through the slop and get the victory after following what was a really fast pace, grueling fractions for Nyquist, a horse who likes to go to the lead, but this time he was really pressed through a fast pace by a newcomer to the Preakness in Uncle Lino. And after such a grueling pace, and with Exaggerator sitting a little bit closer to the pace than he did in the Kentucky Derby, Exaggerator able to make his move and pull away for the win. The first time that he's beaten Nyquist in 5 meetings, and after being second in the Kentucky Derby, now gets the glory in the Preakness Stakes in Baltimore. Cherry Wine finishes in 2nd place. Cherry Wine had been also eligible to the Kentucky Derby. He didn't get in because he wasn't in the top 20 in point standings, but those extra 2 weeks of rest seemed to help him, and Cherry Wine able to get up for second as a long shot. Nyquist very game in third after such a difficult race, a fast pace that really went against Nyquist, and sloppy conditions that really went the way of Exaggerator. And his team trainer Keith Desormeaux, jockey Kent Desormeaux, sort of a homecoming for them. Kent Desormeaux really became known as a jockey in riding at Maryland, and he's able to get back in the limelight in Maryland with Exaggerator taking the Preakness Stakes. It's on to Belmont. Exaggerator, it looks like he'll run in the Belmont Stakes. He's a horse who looks like he can go all day, and then we'll see what new two shooters will run in the Belmont Stakes 3 weeks away, a mile and a half from Belmont Park in New York, to close out what has been a very exciting Triple Crown run. They're all exciting last year with American Pharoah, and this year with the great duel between Nyquist and Exaggerator.